From demo to drop. Welcome to Dope or Nope, the biggest weekly demo drop on the planet. Every Thursday, we bring you never-before-heard demos dropped off by new and accomplished artists and producers. Then, we offer our feedback to help songs reach their full potential. This is Dope or Nope. Now, your hosts. Nick Dietrich from the Disco Fries, 30-plus year dance radio programmer John J.B. McDaniel, radio host and social media guru Raquel Goldie, VP of Dim Mock Records Lauren Padman, and 30-plus year music promoter Hess. It's time for Dope or Nope.
It's time. Hey, it's time.
I think I turned that down a little bit before my ears burn off. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us. This is Dope or Nope. It is Thursday, 3 p.m. As the lovely intro stated, we have Nick Dietrich, Lauren Padman, and John McDizzle ready to go through these demos that we haven't heard before, so we're doing it for the first time all together.
Yeah.
And pretty excited about it. How you guys doing? You good? You ready?
Feeling good?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you bet.
Never better.
Never
All right.
better.
Maybe we should just jump right in.
Let's do it.
Shall we do that? All right.
go.
So this first one is by Zach Wilson, and it's called Enigma. And you're listening to Dope or Nope.
All right.
Maybe.
Maybe
there's some
you
song
are
in
listening to that. No, that part's true.
That part's true. Here we go.
Here it comes. The ocean.
Mason and Boss, what's up, guys? It's kind of beautiful. I'm going to move it into the pickup here. 1, 2, 3. So crazy. We were just playing some chill music before we started the show, and here we are. I'm going to move this around a little bit because it's kind of long, so just bear with me. Make sure we hear everything. Okay. All right, perfect. Zach Wilson music, and that's called Enigma, aptly named.
It sounds like an ode to Enigma, the band. Just the way it started was really ethereal and dreamy, and I'm there for it. Don't wake me up.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to go with a bell.
Wow.
Please. Yeah. I like this. I would send this to Dre, like, in the next 10 minutes.
Huh. That would be Sirius XM Chill for those who don't know from around the world.
Throwing out names, name dropper. Yes, Sirius XM Chill and anyone else who plays Chill. They also have, on the app, they have a Chill, the same channel, but all instrumentals, in case you didn't know that. It's really cool to drive around with that one. Yeah, I like it. I like the production. It could be shorter. Obviously, it's over 4 minutes. I'd like to hear like a 3:30 of that, or a 3:15 would suffice probably just to get to the nice sections a little sooner. But yeah, super cool stuff. Nick?
Yeah, really like this one. I did think, once I got to that last section, I thought it was a cool switch up, but I almost wanted to hear it a little more reserved, like some of the records you were playing before the show. What were some of the records you were playing before the show? Because I think they would be good references for Zach.
Oh, yeah. Did I save that? Hold on. Yeah, so Zach, if you're here, so there's a chicane coming tomorrow, and it's called Watch Over Me. It's a Police sample. Polar Ink, I Just Needed This. Mies, I'm going to say this name wrong, but Saloma, maybe. There's a 3-song EP, Higher, Rose, and One. There's an Andrew Nagy and Lovely, which is on Helix. I have another Polar Ink, and there's a really cool sunset mix of Telecast Free, which is doing well on dance radio, but they have this other very cool mix. It gets a tiny bit like uppity, if you will, in some spaces, so it may not fit everyone's version of what chill is. But yeah, those are some of the ones that are out now. And if you look on, if you go to allaccess.com, I think you can probably see what chill is playing, or DM me. I can tell you like their top 20 pretty easily.
So to your point about being uppity, I think that's some good feedback with this record, because
this part,
yeah, and there's a couple other sections, and as far as like the type of kick drum he uses in the record, it's pretty heavy, and it's a hair aggressive for just going in this direction of a chill record. So I think pointing to some of those references is a great idea, and just being mindful of who your audience might be on this record at the end of the day.
If that's even his audience, right? That's always the question.
Correct.
Right? Because when you get to this section here, it definitely gets a little going there.
Uppity.
But but in a like a subdued way.
Yeah.
So it's like this sort of like in between space. But I'm sure Lauren has something to say about that.
Oh, hi. How's it going? Thanks very much. I would like to give this half a bell for the production and the overall vibe, and it's a cowbell today. Okay, cool.
Sorry, they change every week.
Oh, geez. And the other half a bell will be reserved for when you put the vocalist onto it. This bed of music would be ripped apart by at least 20 vocalists that I know off the top of my head. They would love to sing on something like this. Male vocal, female vocal, like it's just so many different kinds of vocals I can hear on it, in terms of delivery, like anthemic or underplayed or indie pop. Like there's so many angles, even just like pre-drop hooks only. But yeah, this is a very nice canvas for a vocalist to crush it.
Oh, canvas. That's fancy. I like that.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'll be here all week.
Nice.
Okay. Let's move on. This is a long chat on this one record.
Yeah, it is. But yeah.
Great
so
beautiful.
Once again, Zach Wilson with Enigma. Our next one is by Sad Boys and Gabriel Eli, and this is called Happier Now. And this is Dope or Nope.
Pete Summers, what's going on?
I remember the streetlights on the corner by the park we used to stay and drink past midnight till the sunrise, talking shit, a couple kids. We were friends that turned to lovers. Yeah, we fell into each other, but our love burned out like a cigarette. And I'm wishing that I would've said, I hope you're happier now, now that I'm gone, moving on. I know you wish I was burning in cabin in Tennessee. We got so high we cried.
Raise your hand if you want me to play more of this record.
In the passenger
Like,
seat,
I
but
wanna hear the
life
whole
just
thing.
passed us by. 'Cause we weren't meant to be, but you still got a piece of me. Ooh, I know you ain't my cards, but I swear I mean it all. I hope you're happier now, now that I'm gone, moving on. I know you wish I was burning in hell, and all you want is the memory lost. And I still think about you sometimes, when I'm fucked up in the middle of the night. You wish I was
Okay.
burning in hell, but I still wish
Nice.
you well.
I mean, can I have 5 bells? What? Where did that come from?
What happened to my bells?
Where's your
Where's my
bells? Yeah,
Where are my bells? They're all.
that's what
screwed
they
up.
said. Yeah, bells.
A lot of jokes
I'll
on that one. A lot of jokes.
take-
I'm going to leave
I'll
it
take all
alone.
the bells.
Wow. This
Yeah.
is.
What
I've
a great
never.
record.
First of all, we haven't had a submission from this person to date, or people, and it's a 3.
Wow,
looks
going
like
for it too on that guitar solo.
3 guys. Yeah, at the end. Come on, somebody sign this.
Yeah, if you were to tell me that this record was coming out tomorrow, I would be like, yeah, it's ready to go. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
100%.
it sounds like it's beyond the demo stage to me. It sounds like a complete record and really good production,
Yeah,
a fun sound. It sounds like summer, so get it out.
yeah.
I'll take
Jim
a
Mackey
bell
put
too.
this
I
one
can
out.
get it, though.
It
Didn't
says
that
we
you
have a
want to
few
put this
labels
out?
showing interest. Curious to
Oh,
see
yeah.
what you think.
Yeah.
Curiosity. Yeah.
I'll tell you that Dimac New Noise would put this out in a heartbeat. It's a really great record. It fits into the history of what the label's been doing. I actually just got off a call with the Bloody Beetroots before this. It's like a more shiny poppy version of that, but band vibes. Great, really good. I don't even know, just in terms of opinion on the music, the hooks are there, the vocals are mixed really well, bottom end's great, drums are good. I don't know. I'm struggling to come up with anything. The only thing that I would probably come up with is listening to it through the lens of, is the arrangement exactly correct? Is there any sections that you would trim or extend or switch and swap around? That's my only headspace for my last QC on this record. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd echo that. I'm curious about the arrangement a bit, but it felt really great. My only critique was I heard audible auto-tune in a few spots.
Oh, yeah,
I felt
sure.
like should be a little bit more natural because it's got that
Right.
sound. It's that kind of record.
Yeah.
I'm not always mad at that type of thing, but I think this singer, it sounds like a strong vocal. Like there's no reason to have to lean into the sound of auto-tune.
Yeah. I was
So-
a little bit of a segue, but I was at Charlie XCX's show in LA last week, and she uses autotune super heavy as a creative thing with her singing. But like when she's singing without it, she's obviously amazing. It's almost like Ariana Grande level vocals with autotune. Sure, if you want to use it as like an instrument, then go for it. Not like you need it. But she had it on, and Von Dutch dropped, and everybody's losing their shit, and she just yelled, "Come on!" And "Come on" got grabbed by autotune, and it sounded like someone was playing it on a piano. It sounded amazing, like a synthesized version. Like someone was like ripping a synth.
Yeah.
So good.
Cool.
That's cool.
So yeah. But in a song like this, I think the point that Nick is getting at is a really good one. The vocal is an emotional vocal, and there's a part in where all the drums and the music go away, and it's a section which sounds very close to the ear, and close to the ear is like more of a, I'm singing it to you because it's just us two in the room, and I'm basically like imploring you to do the thing I want you to do, like this part right here.
You look like heaven in the passenger seat, but life just passed us by. 'Cause we
So
were meant
all of that, I'd argue that before he goes, we were meant to be, that whole section we're listening to, I'd argue that you'd want less treatment on it. You want it to sound even more emotional by removing any EQ that's making it sound rough or reverbed or whatever, and definitely lose as much auto tune as you can comfortably lose so that it's not audible. There we go. That's great. Record's amazing. So also another bell again, just to end that segment. Found it.
There it is.
All right.
Yeah. Wow.
Bells
John?
are back.
Yeah, I gave it a bell. Like I said, I think it's ready to come out tomorrow.
It's our Christmas album, Nick.
Sad Boys. Be happy about that one.
Yeah.
I'll be here all week.
So good. Wow. All right. Dope or Nope, bringing you the hits. Up next, our absolute regular Radio Dave, and this is called Everything.
Let's
on
go,
Dope or
Dave.
Nope. Move it up. That is Radio Dave with Everything. Oh, well, hold on. It's a slow down trick. There it is. The signature.
Of course he did that.
Exactly. All right, that's Radio Dave with Everything on Dope or Nope. Who would like to go first?
Nice switch up there in the second drop. I think it's multiple songs in one. You don't expect that bass line and that horn line in the same song. I don't love the vocal almost at all. I think I like the melody, but it just sort of doesn't feel like glued into the song like it's for this kind of song. This song sort of feels like it needs a stronger vocalist or a deeper vocalist or something like that. And also, I thought when the first time you hear the pitched down version of the vocal, it would be better if it was instrumental for 4 bars to 8 bars when it first happened, and then you could apply it if you wanted to. But it would have to be louder and maybe vocoded slightly more so that it felt more like multi-layered of different melodies instead of it just being one. But the kick was really punchy. The bass line was really good. I really loved that. It felt very cool. But yeah, that's my advice. It's I don't know what DJ's going to go for it and when they'd play it in a set, and it's an unusual song. It feels just a little bit like an amalgamation of a couple of songs that have been put together. There you go.
Yeah. John?
Yeah, what Lauren said. The vocal, it didn't seem glued in. I've never even used that term on this before, but I've learned what it means.
Right.
And it just, for whatever reason, it didn't quite fit. And I also thought it was an interesting sort of blending of what seemed to be songs that wouldn't necessarily be heard at the same time together. So I'll give you a half a bell for the creativity of it. But again, like what Lauren said is kind of where does it fit in the DJ set, you know?
Right. So I'll give it half a bell for the track itself, and Lauren, I'm with you on the vocal. I think not only not glued in, I don't think it's relevant in a way with what's going on, and definitely the piece on the drop when it goes to slow down. I'd like to hear anything else but the vocal here. I like the sort of the repeat, but maybe there's an instrument to use there instead. I don't know. But half a bell for the track, and then figure out the vocal part. Dave.
Yeah, Dave, the vocals got to go. The horn
it's unanimous.
Part, yeah, the horn part was cool. Actually reminded me, we did a remix with Tommy Sunshine probably over 10 years ago now of a record called Move Your Body. North was Australian artist.
Best.
Awesome.
Best.
And
Best.
I would urge you to go listen to that remix. It's Move Your
Agreed.
Body, Northbrook. Awesome.
What a song.
That project was a lot of fun. But there's some bits of this, especially with the horn part and like the way you program the cowbell, that kind of have a vibe there. But I feel like you've got to lean into that.
We're leaning into
Oh, good. Just drop it in.
Why not?
Just drop it further into the record.
Good drums, you know?
Good drum loop. That.
Yeah.
more
Oh,
cowbell.
Cowbell. This is what we need. This is what we need for a half a bell.
And then you did a remix of Sweet Harlem, and I said use the same drum. Remember?
See? Yes, you did.
Sweet Harlem. Great. I used to mix the two records together because it just felt like a natural blend.
But I feel like there's bits in Dave's record that have, like, you can kind of capture this upbeat, fun energy without going super hard. But it's, you got to be a little more playful with the bass line too. I would.
Yeah. Let it play.
with...
Let it play. This next section's great. Breakdown and then in.
Nice. Super cool. What year was that?
2012.
When music was amazing.
Well, this was put up 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Checks out.
Yeah.
That
Super cool.
That lead is so cool. Just great. Man,
did
you
the
guys
vocal?
need to do some more records with Tommy Sunshine. I'm telling you, like he brings
do.
a whole different vibe to music. Like you and
Right.
Tommy Sunshine would just be. That was a great team. That was a great team.
So, who did the vocal on that?
That was Northbrook.
Northbrook.
Yeah, she's
Northbrook.
super dope vocalist. I haven't followed her lately.
Yeah.
The name of the project was Northbrook, but I forget who the singer was specifically.
That's a great catch. I would never have put those two records together, but now that I come back on it, I'm like, oh yeah, my god, yeah, steal all of that shit.
There you go, Dave.
The hat loops by itself at the beginning. Come on now.
Dave, I'll just send you the stems and you can take what you want.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a great reference. And also, by the way, can you tell the difference in the vocals? Like one sounds like a placeholder, like cat being squeezed, and this one is just like the Northbrook one felt like there was like a harmony
Excuse
of 5
me.
or 6 of them. Yes.
Is that an Ozism? A
Yes.
cat being squeezed? Okay.
Yes.
I want to be clear on that because truly, I would just can't with that one.
Like we would say, if you went out to listen to a bunch of singers and they weren't singing very well, you'd say they sounded like a bag of cats. It's still funny. I haven't used that saying for years. Good.
Wow.
Anyway, Australia, love it. Moving on.
Okay.
Yeah, next one.
Before I get cancelled.
Sorry, I'm still I'm still trying to
Love
wrap my head
cats.
around the
Love cats.
cat squeeze thing.
Wow.
Okay.
Yes.
Next up, Guess Who, How, When, Why, and Haley Wood, and this is called Sounds Insane. This is the extended mix, so we'll be cutting
We'll be
that
the
up a
judge of
little bit. Dope or nope?
This sounds insane. You don't even know my name. Even know my name. You don't even know my name. This sounds insane. You don't even know my name. Even know my name. You don't even know my name. This sounds insane. 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 This sounds insane. Sounds insane. Sounds insane. This sounds insane. This sounds insane. Sounds insane. Sounds insane. This sounds insane. This sounds insane. Sounds insane. This sounds insane. This sounds insane. Sounds insane. Sounds insane. This sounds insane. Sounds insane. You don't even know my name. This sounds insane. You don't even know my name. This sounds insane.
Gonna move it up. Oh wait,
This sounds insane.
here we go.
This sounds insane. This sounds insane. You don't even know my name. Even know my name. You don't even know my name. This sounds insane.
it up.
You don't know my name. Know my name. You don't even know my name.
All right. That is Guess Who, When, Why, and Haley Wood. Sounds insane, in case you didn't catch that. Who'd like to go first?
I'll jump in on this one. Love. I'll give it a half bell. I'm leaning towards a bell, but I'm going to give it a half bell. I love the vocal idea. I love all these little cutaway, tricked out parts of the record are really cool. The mix is awesome. In these headphones, it sounds great. I'm going to go back and listen to this one on speakers. It's too much of a good thing, though. I get tired of this vocal, and I want a lot less of it. So when it does come in, it's special, and it could use some variation, but I don't even know that you need variation. I'm going to defer to Lauren on this part. I don't even know if you need variation. As long as you have less of it, it can exist in the record as is.
That's fair.
I think that this section right now is great because it doesn't have the vocal. This sounds insane. You don't know my name. Vocal was cool the first time I heard it, and the second time, but the third time I was like, oh, and then the fourth time. But once I heard it for the 67th time, I'm like, you know what?
Yep.
I can't deal. It kind of reminded me a little bit, again, the Charlie XCX show. I listened to her doing a full on rap, let's call it, and every line is really great. This is like pulling out 2 lines only and running a whole song when really they were just 2 very good lines in a verse. It's and you're stuck in it. So it becomes very, very tiring and ear fatiguing to listen to this song. So I started to try to focus on removing the vocal in my head and just listen to the music as if I was listening to an instrumental. And then I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. Bass line's really nice. Beats are good. There's like there's like a little like leady thing there that's okay, but there's nothing specifically compelling about the music that makes you go, oh, the one with the big horns or the synth or the guitar or the plucky thing. There's none of that. It's just a nice grooving record, but the vocal starts really impressive, but ultimately drives me absolutely batshit crazy. So there you go. Great record, except the vocals just tiring, I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tiring. Yeah.
Yeah, like it gets
tired,
tired,
so
and yeah. So
yeah. John?
Yeah. By the time I had heard it for the 67th time, I didn't want to know her name. I got the point of the whole thing. But I think the track as it stands it's fun, but there's really
totally lost interest in her name, right? Is that what you're saying? You had no interest in her name. You were slightly interested in the beginning, but then no.
Right. So my thing would be to get a vocal and either that would have to be the hook, right? Because the track itself doesn't have anything descriptive that you can really like latch onto and say, oh, I heard this song that, so the thing that people would point to is the vocal. And I just think it's being used a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Also fair. I think we're unanimous on that. I'm going to go with a half a bell for the track. Mm-hmm. I like the drops. I like how he...
What about just removing the vocal?
Yeah.
Start again.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Something else. Because I really like the way they move through the down section and then this coming in back in again. Just, I think it's designed well. I just don't... Yeah, I don't know. The answer is less. I think the answer is something else.
All right,
let's
not have it playing anymore, just in case there's any listeners who'd like to stay on the show.
We're going insane.
It's insane.
Spotify stream.
All right.
Stop it.
So once again, you're listening to Dope or Nope, and these are Mesa and Boss, MXB, Big Trance, Dope or Nope edit. Here we go.
By the way, Spawn, thank you for fixing the website already. DopeOrNopeMusic.com to submit your tracks.
What's up, HD? We are Friend Zone. Who else is on Instagram here? Guess who? Let's go. Matt Carlucci, what's up, dude? There you have it. The boys are back. MXB, Big Trance. I don't think that's a name, but we'll go with it. That's Mesa and Boss. And this is Dope or Nope. What's up, guys? Wow.
What a big piece of music that is. I enjoyed it from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
Same.
Those guys know what they're doing. I mean, what else can you say? Go Mesa and Boss.
Yeah, 100%.
I
I
can-
just feel like this
yeah.
could use a vocal, or what are we thinking?
Yeah, that was really it for me. Listening to Mason and Boss records is a relaxing experience because I know that there's very little that I need to pick out. Like, it's got its 16th, it's got its shuffle, it's got its ARP, it's even now, it's got the beautiful breakdown. Feels very professional, but when I finish listening to it, I don't remember what it's called, or I don't remember how to reference it. If I said, "Oh, I heard this really good Mason Boss," so the one that goes like, I have no idea.
Right.
So it's awesome when you're listening to it and you won't switch off, but you won't go out of your way to listen to it, I think, unless there's something that's inherently catchy or memorable about it. Like even now, this big synth moment, if this was 10 years ago around that Swedish House Mafia time of, those big synthy things, this would work. It just needs the massive vocal to go with it to allow it to be. So
Right.
Close, very, very close.
No bells?
Half.
Yeah, half a bell for me.
You don't have to. I'm just.
No,
I have
you're
to
right.
do.
It's a bell, but the thing is, I get a cowbell, so it's not really a bell. It's like
It's still a bell. It's a
Oh,
cowbell. It's
yeah, all right,
In the name.
yeah.
Right.
Oh, I forgot this. He doesn't like cowbells.
Well, I just want to be able to get the bell that stops. I love that bell that stops. Anyway,
get your mason jar back out and
no, that hurts. I couldn't play tennis for a week.
I was going to say. No.
What does everyone else think?
I'm in for a half. I like it. Finish it. Finish it and give it a name. Big Trance, not the name.
Finish that
Obviously.
track.
Finish that track.
that's a good website. It's just a site where you tell people to get your shit done. You don't finish it for them. You
Right.
just tell them to get it done.
Be
Finish that
encouraged.
track.
Yeah. Finish
I
that
love
track.
this record. The guys know I love this record. I mentioned getting a vocal on this. They mentioned in the chat too that they are working on getting vocals. Be a female vocal on this one. Rhett Rowan,
Sounds right.
who they've worked with on a bunch of stuff. She's super talented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
and I
great.
think
It's gonna be
that's
amazing.
what it needs to, take it over the top.
Awesome. All right. Mason Boss, thanks for sending us and always sending some good stuff there. Smithworks. All right. This is called Reflex, and you're listening to Dope or Nope. Buckle up.
Reflex.
That's still going.
Don't get faked out.
Yeah, it was like, wow. Sometimes this stuff is exhaustive. Or her. I don't know who Smithworks is, but I think maybe the same comments as last week. A little bit when we went over the last track, which was, I think, more complex and a whole lot harder, if that's possible. But this is so interesting to me, like this sound and this scene, right? Just the way this is put together, and the design. So I'm actually gonna request a half a bell, please.
Half bell.
Anyone else?
Is it my go?
Yeah, whatever.
For it.
I'll take a full
Hop
bell.
in.
Full bell.
Yeah. I really loved just listening to it whilst I was trying to be distracted, and I loved how it kept me interested, and it was switching up and changing its vibe, and it sounded really nice. I really enjoyed it just as a track that is trying to do multiple things, and I think it does it really well. It wasn't ear fatiguing. The vocal was used sparingly, but enough to remember what it's called. So yeah, I really liked it. It's really good.
Yeah, and to that point, to me, it felt like one of those roller coasters with a powered launch, and then the rest of the song is the ups and downs and loops of the roller coaster. So I liked it a lot. Half a bell, and yeah, it was a really interesting piece of music for sure.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, that kept me engaged the entire time. It felt like a carnival ride from hell, but in the best way.
Yeah.
In the best way.
Yes, it did.
It was awesome. Like cool little trickery, kitchen sinky, but like in a good way because everything kind of tied together. I think that worked really well.
Yeah.
Another one that I'm curious to hear on speakers because there's a lot of stuff flying around and the stereo image that was cool. The mix was great.
These little things just do not have the capacity to like present that in a way that's. I'm not even sure if I heard it just in speakers that my brain would pick everything up. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I produce almost exclusively on speakers now. I mean, we do the Atmos mixes and, of course, like reference stuff in headphones.
Yeah.
You know, the maxes, we have to use those to check, like, the Atmos stuff, too.
Yep.
But generally speaking, doing everything in speakers. I cannot stand producing in headphones because it doesn't paint the full picture.
Right. All right. Shall we go to the next demo?
Not unless you had a pair of Sennheiser HD 650s, because they're also very good, or 850s. They're also very good. You can produce pretty well on those, but they're open back, which means that any destruction in the room messes you up. So yeah.
I want to be contained.
You never want to be contained, Nick.
No,
I've seen you DJ. I've seen you DJ.
I don't want to be contained.
You were at UDC doing your whole yeehaws, and you brought your chaps. Like, yeah, you were the whole show.
I didn't have chaps.
Yeah, you did.
I can't.
Chaps.
Yeah, you did.
That's
Kelly
not how I'm telling the
Reverb.
story.
Next
Also
one
didn't
up
have
is
pants
Kelly
on.
Reverb.
It's crazy.
This is called Speechless on Dope
That's
or
me
No.
right now. Very good. I'll take a bell for the kick.
Forget Me Nots right here. Oh, we're going there. Lauren, your face right now. Yeah, I could go on all day with this. It's 5 minutes long.
Of course it is.
Lauren, would you like to go first?
It just keeps getting better.
Yeah, hold on.
All right.
It's magic.
Standing ovation.
Wow.
Standing ovation. I'll take all the remaining bells that I have for this month.
For the month.
Yeah, that is fantastic. So good. Exactly my jam. I love this record. Wow, it's so great. It just kept on being more and more compelling the whole time. And it started great.
Yeah.
By the way, just to like frame that a little bit, like when which I was enthralled by watching your face as we're going through this, but I got lost a little bit in the song, and I didn't realize all of a sudden we were at like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah,
like that.
Right. Yeah,
didn't even notice it. So
Interesting. It didn't seem
first
like
sign,
a really long song. Yeah.
First sign that you like. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was listening
instrumentation
last night.
choice. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, go. I was just saying I've been listening to a lot of this kind of indie female vocal sort of stuff recently, but it hasn't been glued in as perfectly as this in like a house vibe. This is great. I love this record. I am definitely going to be in touch with this person before I take my next call. This is amazing.
Good. Glad to hear it. Yeah, that is one funky jam. What the hell? It had everything and a bunch of sounds that you don't necessarily hear in dance music very often anymore, but it had them all and it tied them all together really well. So, bell, I'll take 2 bells, and I want to hear this again on the radio in a mix show. I want to hear it wherever it's at.
Coming right up. I'm going to do everything I can.
All right.
Coming right up.
Nice job, Kelly Reverb. Wow.
Damn. So good.
Yeah. All right.
Did not expect that out of Kelly Reverb, so bell from me. The only thing I wanted to hear, and it might happen, I don't even know. Does it have a guitar solo at any point in the record?
I don't think so.
It doesn't. Throw it in.
Hold on.
Go ahead. Go for it.
That's bass line.
It's a bass line solo. Close.
Yeah, no guitar.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
You know what I really love about it? So, okay, first bell, and then what I really love is like how it leans into, and you think, me being from the disco era, by the way, dinosaurs, it leans into these little pieces of like 20 songs I know, but doesn't feel like it's taking it. It's just like, or borrowing it. Just like, oh, no, it's not going there. Like even like the first beat, you know, right at the very beginning was like, to me, that was Forget Me Nots. Like immediately I had that because I probably played that 100 times in whatever club. And then it just sort of layering, putting other pieces and other pieces. So good. Really well designed. Wow. Yeah. Nice one, Kelly. All right. What do we got left?
Check your emails, Kelly.
Love it.
All right. Where is... Okay. Pete Summers, you got it, buddy. This is called Sometimes, right here on Dope or Nope. That was a treat. Wow. moving it in. Move it in. One more time. All right, that's Pete Summers with Something. Let's talk production first, shall we? Nick or Lauren?
Yeah, this record confused me a little bit. When it first started, I was like, Audion, Avicii vibes, and then it went somewhere else, and I was like, kind of Daft Punky, but then the drums were sort of freestyle-ish, and I like all of those things. I just don't know that it picks its path exactly. There's a couple sounds that kind of fall outside of the parameters of the sound set, but they don't. And I like that sometimes, but in this case, I don't know if it works to its advantage to do some of that stuff. Also, the drums just felt awkward. Like, that section was cool by itself. You could have pushed it a little further and like bit crunched the sound a bit. I like that you treated it like a sample. The main synths like a sample. That was cool, but it didn't feel all these bits didn't feel like it was connected to the setup of the record, which was a much different sort of vibe in a way. So this one didn't do it for me. I love Pete's stuff. I think that there's a lot of really great ideas here, though. And it's just, as a whole, it missed for me.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All right. I'll continue that by saying I like this section of the music where there's actually synth movement and stuff. I think that's like my favorite part of the song. I would agree though with Nick that like the hats currently don't seem to sit with the groove of the synths and maybe it's also the length of some of the notes. And also, as much as I love this section, I would agree that earlier in the song, it kind of feels like two different songs a little bit. So good ideas, just needs to be reshaped a little bit more. But I wouldn't say trash anything. I just sort of say work on making everything complement each other a bit better, and it's an arrangement thing. But yeah,
right.
That's
and
funny because go ahead, George.
No, do it.
Oh, I was just going to say Pete Summers actually in the chat said he's got to fix the arrangement and add the vocals. So he kind of
and shorten it.
Right, he kind of knew that was
a
problem anyway. So I was kind of grooving on it though. I'd probably give it a half a bell just for its potential. Didn't seem to be so scattered to me, but I'm not listening to it, I guess, with the same critical production ear as everybody else. But
right,
yeah, pretty nice.
But did it bother you at all, really, in terms of like not feeling connected, or did you enjoy it?
I just thought it was interesting to hear sort of those different things together. Whether or not it was connected, I'm not sure I can comment on that.
Well, here's something then.
It didn't bother me.
This section that we just heard then, like this whole cut up section, now you've got a bit of beat, but this is maybe, could you turn it down ever so slightly? Yes, there's a piece of advice that may be helpful just as I dip out, is that algorithmically and dance floor, there's a thing called beat consistency and rhythm strength, and it gets analyzed by Spotify and Apple, and when a human's not listening to a song and deciding where it goes, and the computer is, they're looking at 9 characteristics. One is a thing called danceability, and it's beat consistency and rhythm strength, which means effectively, can you get on a jump rope and stay jumping? And when you can't, because you keep getting thrown out of beat and it keeps breaking the beat and stopping, and there's not a consistency and a continuity that you can sort of trust and start dancing to, let's say, because you keep stop starting, that becomes what I think you were describing a little bit there. And maybe that's what was sort of bothering me a little bit about it. That's all. So try that. So, like, if you're going to break the beat up, sure, do it as a joke, or what's it called, a fake out, or a false drop, or a moment, or a break beat section. But don't do it too much, because otherwise it just sort of sounds like, a Fred Again concert. Oh, shots fired. Okay. On that note, I gotta go.
Yeah, now he's leaving before Fred Again gets involved.
No, I loved it. It was really great. I loved it. Fred Again concert was unbelievable. I was so happy to be invited, and I loved all the parts of it. The only issue is that the beat consistency is not there. And I was walking out, and I was overhearing 2 separate conversations of people saying, "Oh, it was so great, but I really wish I could just get my groove on." Another person said, "Yeah, I really loved it. It's so dope, but it felt like I couldn't dance before I had to stop again, because it was, there was like so many breaks in the music," which made me go, "Huh, it's even happening at the highest level. That's interesting."
Interesting, yeah.
Arguably, Fred's the best in the world right now. So
A lot of people who haven't listened to enough hip hop, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, I'm sorry, guys. I got to roll.
Take care,
Lauren,
Lauren.
thank you, man.
You bet.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, everybody.
Later.
Bye.
It is true. I mean, Fred Again does play very, like, I want to say open format style in a lot of ways. And if you're not used to that, it's a totally different thing than going to like a house show. It just is.
I know. I was, and to your point, by the way, I saw, just like scrolling today, I saw a little bit of like the Fred Again thing, and then followed by whoever I follow that had gone to like whatever hip hop show. And talk about disruption. I mean, do you remember back in the day when Funkmaster Flex was on the air?
Yeah, 100%.
I was like, play that freaking record. Because he would just keep pulling the pot down and just like, and saying stuff. I'm like, all right, just for 30 seconds. Can I just hear the 30 seconds? Because he would have all like the newest stuff, right? But then play it.
But you couldn't.
But that
hear
was
it
his
all.
style, and that was the style then, and everyone would like, they were down with it. No one really gave a crap except me, apparently, because he was immensely
like
popular
hardcore dance fans have a tough time listening to like an a traditional open format set.
Sure.
I love it, and from a DJ perspective, a great open format DJ, you just like Vice. When you see Vice spin in Vegas, it's like this guy is a master. It's unbelievable, but it's a totally different art form.
Right.
Than playing dance records.
Absolutely. Well, there you have it. Another hour of ridiculous, might I say, dope demos. And we don't really get. I don't know why we call it dope or nope, because the nopes don't really happen that often. They're more like half nopes.
They're not even real big nopes. It's more just, hey, do this or that and change this.
And
you
often.
Couldn't just call it dope, though. So
dope. I know. That would be selling other things. So, yeah. So thanks for joining us, everyone on Instagram. Thank you. I saw a really fun group of people over there. Larry Flick, are you kidding me? You're still up, dude? You're in freaking the UK. And who else is on there that I saw? Justine. I saw so many of my friends logging on. Stonebridge was on for a little while, too. That was super fun. So there you have it. Every Thursday. Yeah, that's the end, brother. Every Thursday, 3 p.m.
They were asking, new follower on Twitch here. They were asking about submitting. If you submit now, you'll be in the queue for next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Which, by the way, maybe you guys will take over for me. I have a pretty rough day with calls right in the middle of the time I would normally be on with you guys. I might be able to join like in the second part. But yeah, I saw a couple of things came in. after sort of the show was going. So we got to like Pete's, but I think after that I wasn't able to grab any others. So that is Dope or Nope for today. And you can join us every Thursday. Go to dopeornopemusic.com. Right?
It's safe
That's working.
to go there, yes.
It's safe to go there. It wasn't never safe. It's just that TapKit. There's no software being installed. Come on. So, yeah, drop off your demos. Join us the following week. We'd love to have you. And so, to end this, don't forget to hug someone you love because it's never too late to tell them. And what do you guys have planned for the weekend? What's going on?
I got some family coming into town, so scrambling to put our house together for that.
Nice.
But all good stuff. Finishing a few mixes. I'm loving, I know I mentioned earlier in the show, I'm loving doing these Atmos mixes. If you're not up on Apple Music, I don't go buy $600 pair of headphones just to have it, unless you can afford to do it. But it is super cool. Mixing in not just two speakers, mixing in a room, essentially. And throwing stuff around. It's really cool. So doing a project.
That's super neat.
Finishing one tomorrow that we did a stereo.
How long does it take you to do one song approximately?
Depends on the record. Depends on the shape of the record. But it's better to mix it in stereo first and know what you're working with and get it cleaned up and then bounce out kind of like group stems. And then bring those into an Atmos session and move stuff around. So you're not mixing at that point as much as you're balancing. So you're not like, I'm not EQing the kick drum tons because I already did that for the stereo master session. So that's already cleaned up. Like that stuff's ready. And now it's about like, are the guitars going to sit in the front of the room a little higher? Are the hi-hats going to be like over my head? Like where's stuff going to be?
That sounds really cool.
It's fun.
I'm going to buy $600 headphones. No, I'm not. But it sounds really great, though.
Yeah, I'm not
super
doing
interesting.
All right, cool. John, what are you doing?
It is my high school girlfriend's. So that's a throwback to how long ago that was. It's her birthday this weekend, so I'm going to go and see her for the first time, I think, this year. So
amazing.
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
That's pretty
awesome. What are you doing?
That is interesting.
You cold plunging?
Yeah, I'm doing that actually in about an hour.
I bet. But it's hot as hell out there.
It is.
Yeah, it probably feels great today.
Stifling. Yeah, I won't even have to do the sauna first. So we're dropping off one of my sons for camp, and then we are headed to the Hamptons to the Palm Tree Festival, and hopefully we'll catch the end of with Kygo and Swedish House Mafia closing. So that'll be fun. And then back.
Great.
Yeah, super fun.
Hey artists, if you're going to share parts of the show, feel free to do that, but tag us in it so that we can also repost it and help grow the audience of the show. I see we had a few new people swing by for the show today, so let's keep growing this thing. Dopeornopemusic.com.
That's the place, and you can see at I Am Hess, at McDizzle, and at Dick Nitri is where you can catch us, at Lauren Padman as well, and Raquel when she comes back from Korea. If she comes back from Korea. I'll play that for her later, get a chuckle on there. But thanks again, everyone, for coming and for joining us and for jumping in with your music and your time as well. So we will see you next week. Are we rating?
We're gonna raid into DJ Mike Marino right now. Actually, it's
nice.
3, 2, 1. We're going.
We appreciate you.
Peace.
Peace.